Welcome guys, today I got top 10 best offline racing games for Android and iOS devices, so without further ado let's kick it off. Number 10. Heat Gear. Heat Gear is an offline open-world racing game. In Heat Gear, evade a relentless police force while you clash with street racers, race and chase hot cars, many more in the open world. The biggest night city. Feel the intensity of no brakes allowed street racing with realistic full car for the on mobile. If you like 3D open-world night city racing games, car driving games and simulation games, I recommend this game to you. Number 9. Car X Drift Racing 2. Car X Drift Racing 2 is an offline drift racing simulator game. The offline single-player mode is great with many of the drifting game modes. The goal is to maintain high-speed drifting and finish as fast as possible. The visuals of cars, the tracks, the quality of animations, and the different angles that are being shown when the car is drifting make the whole experience surreal. There is a multiplayer option too, so you can get together with your friends and hit the roads with your favorite car. You can take part in events, challenge your friends with your drifting skills, or compete with players online. This game has an enormous player base, and you can also find online players to play and chill with. Number 8. Real Driving School. Real Driving School is the driving and car parking simulation game with stunning graphics and realistic physics. The game features realistic graphics, open-world map, many different cars, realistic car handling, and realistic damage system. Also, game has free ride multiplayer mode so you can play with your friends. Number 7. Mudness Off-Road. Mudness Off-Road is a next-gen off-road simulator featuring legendary vehicles and a detailed map with 3 biomes: muddy forest, sandy career, and snowy mountain, with 6 bases where you will have to make deliveries of cargoes and workers in good time and condition. The graphics and gameplay is good, but there is some performance issues. If you want high graphics and realistic off-road simulator game for your device, I highly recommend this to you. Number 6. CSR Racing 2. CSR Racing 2 is an offline drag racing game. CSR Racing 2 is visually stunning and offers great gameplay. The primary game mechanics of timing the launch just right and shifting at the proper times have also been adjusted to make them more accessible while still challenging. The story gives you a reason to be drag racing through some very gorgeous scenery, making your way up the ranks through 5 increasingly more difficult groups of opposing racers. Beat 4 henchmen and you can take on the boss, who needs to be defeated 3 times. Topple the boss a 4th time in a special race and you win his or her ride to use in the next year of races. Overall, CSR Racing 2 is great looking and fun to play, a racing game recommended. Number 5. Asphalt 8 Airborne. Asphalt 8 is an arcade racing game. Asphalt 8 comes with all the bells and whistles you'd expect from an arcade racer. For starters, there are 47 cars, including luxury racers like the Bugatti Veyron and the Lamborghini Veneno, each of which you'll eventually unlock as you earn money by racing. Getting the top-tier cars will definitely take some time, but like many games these days, Asphalt 8 lets you spend real cash to buy car packs if you want to get ahead quickly. Fortunately, even the beginning cars are pretty appealing, so you won't have to pay your dues. Racing some subcompact tin can like you do in other games if you don't want to spend the money. Overall, Asphalt 8 Airborne is an intuitive racer with a large variety of race modes and cars to take for a spin. It provides plenty of content for its price at first, but the business model forces grinding or heavy purchases in the late game. Number 4. Grid Autosport. Grid Autosport is a realistic racing game that will challenge even the best veteran racers out there while charming casual players who just want a taste of traditional racing video games. Each car has a different drive that you can really feel. For instance, if you drive a single-seater the same way that you drive a stock car, you'll fall off of the track before you know it. Grid Autosport isn't just visually stunning, it's also realistic, and that's probably why so many people play it. Grid Autosport doesn't mess around. It isn't the kind of game you'd get bored of after a week. With every car and track available, you'll be playing for hours trying to master each car's controls as you aim to win every race. Overall, Grid Autosport offers a console-like gaming experience to your mobile device with jaw-dropping graphics. You'd expect this game to cost as much as the original PC version, but the price is extremely affordable. Number 3. Real Racing 3. Real Racing 3 is the best in the popular auto racing series so far, with real-world cars, tight controls and amazing graphics, but some people still may be turned off by the game's somewhat intrusive freemium model. Real Racing 3 delivers the most realistic racing experience available on a touchscreen device, everything from the car models and textures to the lifelike physics as you speed around real-world tracks fully immerses you in the racing experience. You have a number of different control options, including tilting your device to steer or using an on-screen steering wheel. Overall, Real Racing 3 features next-level stunning visuals, dozens of cars, hundreds of events, and authentic tracks backed by its signature refined racing action. Number 2. Need for Speed Most Wanted. The mobile version of Most Wanted gets a lot right: a variety of cars, plenty of customization, a great feeling of speed, and some of the best graphics in a racing game yet, but it also runs afoul of some of the most common pitfalls for touch-based racing games: overly simplified easy gameplay, a straightforward progression as opposed to the open world of the full version, and constant insistent pushes towards in-app purchases sour what is otherwise a solid racing experience. Each of the different members of the Need for Speed family have a slightly different flavor, and Most Wanted's chief variant is the addition of a police chase system. During races you'll be harassed by various layers of police pursuing you. There's a hefty amount of audio cues telling you when things like roadblocks are coming up, as well as when new police cars are joining the fray. Overall, Need for Speed Most Wanted offers up hours of fun and satisfying racing. I highly recommend it. Number 1. Gear Club Strawdale. Gear Club Strawdale is an offline open-world racing game. Gear Club Strawdale doesn't just focus on the racing, it's the collection of the cars that receive equal. The game really makes you feel like you're living the car collector's dream. It's a difficult feeling to describe, but the way the game shows your prized automobile, whether it's in front of the building or in the garage, feels just right. The fantasy of being a car aficionado is captured perfectly here thanks to the superb console-level graphics and the way it's presented in the game. The one thing that elevates the game's generic racing gameplay is the rewind feature. At any moment during the race you go back in time a few seconds back. Gear Club Strawdale certainly stands out from the many other mobile racing games on the market. It feels pretty close to Gran Turismo in its presentation and features an amazing rewind mechanic that takes a lot of the stress out of racing. And there you have it, guys, top 10 best offline racing games for mobile devices. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do: smash that like button to support to the channel. And if you're new here, why not subscribe to the channel? We put out new videos every single week and you don't want to miss out. I will see you the next time.